Started out as Al-Qaeda, which was created as Robin Cook, the former British Foreign Secretary, before he died, very soon before he died, pointed out that Al-Qaeda was actually the creation of the CIA. Al-Qaeda means the base or the database, because it was the database of Mujahideen fighters in Afghanistan, which they got together to fight the Russians in Afghanistan. And it's gone through a series of changes from ISIS, ISIL, Islamic State, trained, funded, and armed by these people to be the enemy that justifies the further invasion and control of the Middle East. This is the process: hidden hand, Pentagon, CIA, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, ISIL, Islamic State. CIA is training ISIS while claiming to be combating ISIS, former CIA contractor. The evidence for this is overwhelming and coming out more and more all the time. They've trained these people, they've armed these people, and a lot of the time in Jordan, to create this frickin' mayhem problem to which they can offer their solution, which is what they're doing now, and it's nothing like what they want to do. This is why you find terrorist leaders inside the US aid tents in these countries. This is why you find John Rothschild go for McCain with these people they call terrorists in these countries like Syria. And this is al-Baghdadi. He is the supreme leader of ISIS, and he's the supreme leader of the world. I think you're a very naughty boy myself. ISIS joke fraud. I'm the mysterious, elusive one because you mustn't know I really am. And look, he's got the watch. Flash frickin' watch. Nice man from CIA. Hey! Wardrobe! Continuity. What are you bloody doing? You left a frickin' watch on. They'll see it. There you go. He got a good number though. There you go. He made a few quid there. It's a frickin' joke. It's a joke. I'm not saying this is true, but some people are suggesting that actually al-Baghdadi is this guy, Simon Elliott, or Elliot Shimon, a Mossad agent, and he's been seen, this guy, with McCain, which doesn't surprise you. And you know, people might find that far-fetched. Why would they put somebody in to do that? Because they're creating an illusion. And this is Adam Gardan. The FBI announced he was an Islamic terrorist that we all should be afraid of. Ooh. But who did he turn out to be? He turned out to be Adam Perlman, grandson of the former head of the Rothschild-created Anti-Defamation League. It's all an illusion. You ought to just put on an Arab hat and they think you're Arabic. And this lady, she's got 2 bullshit bloody detectors she has. She could have 4. This is this lady, Rita Katz, who claims that she found one of the beheading videos on the internet. Well, how frickin' lucky. This is an organization, SITE, I call it SHITE, I think it's accurate, SITE, Search for International Terrorist Entities, that was putting out bin Laden videos long after he'd bloody died in 2001. And she is an Israeli Mossad front person, and so's SITE. And it's all part of the propaganda. And this stuff is fake. I am not saying for a second that these people weren't killed. I don't know that. I wouldn't dream of saying that because I don't know that. But for sure, these beheading videos are a freaking fake. And when this was pointed out with the first one by the alternative media, suddenly video experts in the mainstream were coming out and saying the same because it was so freaking obvious. And the idea is to create maximum horror, so therefore maximum effect, because the more we are horrified, the more we will support what they want to do in the Middle East to protect us from the enemy they have created. This is the mind game. I don't want another war, but we can't stand back and let Islamic State do what it's doing. That's what it's all about. And then there's these people. They've been radicalized. They've been vegetabilized from where I'm looking. They're going out, Islamic State and all that stuff. They've been played like a violin by the very people they think they're opposing. Top US military official admits our Arab allies are funding ISIS. What happened to those allies? They became part of the terror coalition against ISIS. You couldn't make it up. Kerry meets the Saudis. I just wanted to discuss how we stop the terrorists we're both arming. 2011, Kerry, Assad is a very generous man. When it suits him, you go, Assad is evil, I condemn him. And this is how it works. It's very simple. We arm people when it suits us, our agenda. We kill people when it suits our agenda. We say this when it suits our agenda. We say the opposite when it suits our agenda. That's the common theme. So he didn't get his Syrian war, unfortunately for him, because people sussed it was a scam. But they're in Syria now because they've scammed the ISIS story. And that's what it's all about. And here is the real reason they're in Syria, to remove him and get around the resistance from the people. It's the totalitarian tiptoe, and here we go. No new war, they said. We've got a new war. We won't bomb in Syria. They're bombing in Syria. This is not about Assad. Let's have a no-fly zone to stop people who haven't got planes. It's about Assad, who has got planes. No boots on the ground, they'll have boots on the ground. We're only keeping the peace, World War III. That's the progression they want. And they want to pull Russia and China into it. It's all part of that Albert Pike scenario. So they're now demonizing Russia. If you look at my books from way back, it was talking about you watch them start to demonize Russia, which is what they're doing now as part of this. And they blame them on bringing that plane down. Hasn't that gone quiet? Since radar revealed that it was being escorted by 2 Ukrainian jets at the time it went down. And if anyone thinks that that's amazing, well, footage of Ukrainian helicopters firing on its own checkpoint raises questions. They're bombing their own people and then blaming on Russian separatists. This is how the game works. And that is their focus. That's what they want to take over. Then we have Ebola. It just happens to be in 2 fricking countries where there are US bio-warfare laboratories. Haven't you got enough room in America? And the Centers for Disease Control in America have a patent on the human Ebola virus. There you go, Sierra Leone closes down US bioweapons lab. I bet they did, pretty bloody sharpish. Another foreign news outlet links US biowarfare labs to Ebola outbreak. What a coincidence. ISIS, we must intervene in the Middle East. Ebola, we must intervene in Africa. Just a coincidence, nothing to worry about. And then you've got the public health emergency declared in Connecticut over Ebola, civil rights suspended indefinitely and all that shit that they can use. And this is what fear does to people. This is a passenger at Washington Airport waiting to get on a plane. This is how the perception deception works. Fear. Make them fear and they'll give you their power. Our complete state. If you look at this structure, that is designed to keep this status quo in place. So what we're seeing is more and more vicious, psychopathic police states around the world, in Britain and in America. They have a kill list in America. He can kill anyone he likes if it's on the kill list. He doesn't have to go through any judicial oversight. He can take anyone off the streets he likes and not have to take them through due process. So and so it goes on. There's almost a law against everything now because they want to tie us into a web like a spider ties a fly with regulations and laws. We've got this outbreak of luminous jackets. They're breeding, I'm sure they are, in the night. They're all over the place, these things. They're like roundabouts in Milton Keynes. They're breeding. And you've got a certain type of mentality in the administration of all this. I am a Dalek, rules must be obeyed, exterminate, inability. You know, they've got little cracks in their head where the bloody computer chip goes in. What are you? I'm a government administrator. I thought you were. There you go. I bet they have no idea what prats they look. But what this is about is the way the police are turning from the police as we knew them systematically, because of Agenda 21 and what I'm talking about, into the military. More and more vicious. Go into YouTube and put in police violence. You'll be there for bloody months. And what they've been systematically doing, I've been saying this for years, is recruiting people overwhelmingly on the basis of personality type, not ability to do the job. That's why the good cops and the good coppers are disappearing, and these psychopaths are coming in more and more to replace them. Psychopaths who do this. Psychopaths who do this and face no consequences. Taser tots. Indiana police taser 10-year-old boy at daycare center. It's madness. Here's a new weapon they're introducing that can blind people for up to 15 bloody minutes. Here's a totalitarian tiptoe there. Tasers for the few, tasers for the many, tasers for all. Guns for specialist officers, first guns on routine patrol. They're having a trial of guns on routine patrol, and then guns for all. That's the totalitarian tiptoe of that one. And this is America now, and these are police. They have a system in America now called 1033, the 1033 system, in which police forces can get so-called surplus military technology and weaponry from the military, the US military, and use it to police the local communities. It's unbelievable. But it's not really, because this is the transformation to the police state to impose Agenda 21. Why does a Florida County Police Department need 18 million Apache Italic helicopters? Answer, Agenda 21. This is what it's moving towards. School cops across Texas receiving surplus military gear. School cops. We're here to protect your freedom. No, you're here to take it away, because you are the real domestic terrorists. That's the truth. An extremist, a label used to discredit and marginalize anyone whose opinion is a threat to the state because they've figured out how corrupt it is while sustaining a constant sense of fear or alarm in the minds of the public. An extremist, someone who's sussed ya. That's what it is. And you can expose war crimes and you go to prison with the key thrown away. You can commit war crimes and you get a Nobel Peace Prize. And this is what the police and law enforcement need to understand. They are part of the 99.9%. And their children and their grandchildren have to live in the world that they are helping to impose on others. And think about this, police officers of this country. This is what's designed to happen. Private security firms are designed to take all of your bloody jobs and take over the policing of the people via corporations. Let's go this way. Oh, there you go. A time to choose. Morality, doing what is right regardless of what you are told. Obedience, doing what you are told regardless of what is right. Which way we go there decides on the world we're going to live in. Every great atrocity is the result of people following orders. It's time for the police to realize that they're designed to live in this world as well. This world of constant surveillance for their families and their children. Where they've got drones now that can take down your login codes and your bloody mobile phone. It's madness. You've got these bloody surveillance bloody insects flying around now. It's madness. These people are mad. And Bill Gates, for it is he, 5 billion plan. Let's put a camera in every classroom. Bill Gates spends 1.1 million fitting students with their mood bracelets to see if their teachers are boring. God, it's going on. Schools installing facial recognition systems to identify troublemakers. Get them ready for it. Bill passes allowing police to shut off all cell phones remotely. All internet activity now monitored by pre-crime algorithms. This is UPS. Every time he moves his arse in that seat, someone back at headquarters knows he's done it. And I'm not kidding. If he backs it up, they know he's backed up. If he walks out, he knows he's not sitting there. This is what's planned with these black boxes they're putting in cars increasingly. So everywhere we go is tracked. EU to bug every car in the UK with tracker chips, which they can't stop this big brother technology. They've got cameras to go into cars that are constantly monitoring your mood so you don't get caught in road rage. FBI will have up to 1/3 of Americans on biometric database by next year. On and on it goes. FBI plans to enlist local cops nationwide in massive DNA collection scheme. And once they have your DNA, they have your unique transmission frequency from that DNA. Surveillance cameras will soon be reading your lips. Lie detection for benefit claimants. Michelle Obama to high school students, monitor your parents for thought crime. Now, all that is to protect us from terrorists. You having a bloody laugh? That is the fast unfolding global police state of Agenda 21 to impose the society where there are less than 1% have total control over everybody else. That's what's unfolding before our eyes. And this is the point, all these dots are connected. It's the same. People say you see a conspiracy. Everywhere I don't, I see one conspiracy with loads of different expressions of itself. They're stealing our kids with more and more excuses to take children from loving parents through secret fricking courts. 10,000 kids a year are now taken from parents in this country. A vast, vast number of them without merit and without reason. Children stolen by the state needlessly, causing utter misery in one of Britain's most disturbing scandals. Absolutely. That family that took that lad from the cancer unit in that notorious bloody Southampton hospital, they were warned that if they didn't stop asking questions about the treatment, which was shite, then they'd have their children taken away, the child taken away rather, till he was 16. This Cinderella law they've introduced is an excuse to take more and more children away from loving parents. Stop the emotional abuse of children. Parents who fail to show love could face prison. This lady, Erin Pitsey, is absolutely right. Why this law against emotional cruelty could turn every parent into a suspect. Who actually decides what that is? The frickin' state does. They're looking for more and more excuses to take children away. Australia government moves to quickly pass laws to sterilize, electroshock and restrain children without parental consent. The Obama youth movement and the seizing of American children. It's happening everywhere. And there's this bloody idiot, batshit crazy, absolutely. Fine parents who don't read to their children, says Ofsted head, and he wants to punish those who miss school events. Richard Day, schools will become the hub of the community, take over control of kids. Licensing parents being considered by politicians and philosophers. And this is what it's leading to. This is what was talked about by Aldous Huxley in Brave New World, creating a situation where parents had nothing ever to do with procreation and children. Natural reproduction has been done away with, and children are created, decanted, and raised in hatcheries and conditioning centers. From birth, people are genetically designed to fit into one of 5 castes, which are further split into plus and minus members and designed to fulfill predetermined positions within the social and economic strata of the world state. And we're seeing that movement, that totalitarian tiptoe towards that. Political correctness, that's not about protecting minorities from abuse. That's about shutting people up so that they can't criticize anything without being accused of something. It's about silencing people's opinions. Big Brother's here now. Big Brother's here now. Are we going to let him stay? No, we frickin' aren't. Now, let's just got to pull this now into deeper in the rabbit hole. The Archon matrix, perception control. Control the sea and you control the fish. And that's what this is all about. The energetic field, the cosmic internet, is being polluted on an unprecedented scale by electromagnetic information fields technologically generated. It's coming from broadcast towers, mobile phone towers, Wi-Fi, mobile phones, smart meters, all these things. It's absolutely polluting the very energetic sea that we live in with technologically generated, distorted information fields. And there's a reason for this. They are, I put it here, hacking the hack. I'll say what I mean by that in a second. So anything that says smart in front of it is basically designed to talk and communicate with everything else with smart in front of it. It's the big Agenda 21 code word. Smart. Smart this, smart that. Smart drugs. Smart drugs use microchips to deliver them. Smart meters are there to put an electromagnetic information field into every home and business, which not only can take information from there to a central point, it can deliver information within the frequency band of human brain activity, and it can insert thoughts and perceptions from a distance. That's the idea. Google Nest now talks to washing machines, lights, and even your car. The idea is to create this global grid, which is basically a sub-reality.